Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, depending on where you're joining us from today. Welcome to a momentous occasion that we have all been eagerly waiting for. I'm Sweta Manepalli, Senior Product Marketing Manager at Microsoft. It's an absolute pleasure to be part of this incredible journey, one filled with innovation, dedication, and a shared vision for a brighter future. Today, we stand on the cusp of unveiling something truly extraordinary. In a world constantly evolving, where challenges are met with unwavering determination, our team has poured their heart and soul into creating a solution that promises to redefine the way our customers use open source to process data at scale, reliably, and efficiently. Today, we are excited to announce the upcoming public preview of HDInsight on Azure Kubernetes Service. Our cloud native open source big data service completely re-architected on Azure Kubernetes Service infrastructure with two new workloads and numerous improvements across the stack. This product launch isn't just about introducing a new version, it's about introducing a new era, an era of possibilities, empowerment, and transformation. It's about simplifying complexities, enhancing experiences, and addressing the needs of tomorrow and today. But we are not here just to talk about a product. We are here to celebrate the collective effort of a remarkable team, the support of our partners, and the trust of our valued customers. Together, we have reached this pivotal moment. Throughout today's event, you'll hear from some of the brilliant minds behind this innovation. They will dive deep into what makes this product exceptional and why we are so passionate about what we do. So sit back, get ready to be inspired, and join us as we embark on this journey. Together, we will explore the endless possibilities our new product unlocks. We do have subject matter experts with us today who will be answering your questions in real time. So please pop any questions you might have into the Q&A window and we will get to them as quickly as we can. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to our speakers.
Hi, I'm Bogdan Krivat, Corporate Vice President for the Azure Data Analytics organization at Microsoft. We live in a world awash with data from transactional systems, as well as almost everything around us. The devices that we use, the applications that we are building, the interactions that we have with each other, all of them are generating data. We recognize that in today's world, competitive advantage comes from how one uses this data. As our customers try to drive a data culture and increasingly look to infuse data into every aspect of their business, they look to a wide variety of tools and technologies to address their needs. This slide, put together by First Mark Venture Capital and updated every year, is a great representation of every product in the data and AI space, covering every conceivable need, but also of the wall of complexity that customers are facing in the analytics world. The good news is that there has been a ton of innovation in the data and AI space. It seems like not a single day nor a week goes by without a new announcement about a product or a technology that is now available or vastly improved. The bad news is also that there has been a ton of innovation and choice is more difficult than ever for our customers. This complexity has created an enormous burden on our customers. They have to figure out all this technology, they have to acquire the expertise, wire it together, manage it, and run it. As you can see in the open source infrastructure section of this diagram, there are many and confusing choices for those customers that are looking to build their data lakehouse while leveraging open source tools and technologies. Our organization, Azure Data Analytics, is simplifying the game for our customers so that they can focus their energies on what they do best, which is extracting and using the knowledge out of data. A few months ago, we announced the public preview of Fabric, our flagship end-to-end software as a service, modern and unified analytics platform that brings together all the data and analytics tools so that organizations can move confidently into the era of artificial intelligence. I am proud today to announce the public preview of the new HDInsight on AKS, the next generation of Azure HDInsight. This new version of HDInsight is complementing Fabric with a fully open source, modern and secure platform as a service solution. We have reimagined every element of the stack to help customers improve reliability, resiliency, and performance of their analytics applications. HDInsight on AKS represents the commitment that Microsoft is making to bringing the best of open source analytics to Azure. The new architecture is built on Azure Kubernetes Service, or AKS, which provides a high-performance, reliable, and secure platform for running containerized workloads. HDInsight on AKS also includes two brand new open source workloads, Apache Flink and Trino. This comes in addition to our most popular workload, which is Apache Spark. These workloads provide a wide range of capabilities for streaming, batch, and interactive analytics. In addition to the new architecture and workloads, HDInsight on AKS also includes several improvements that are making it more performant, more reliable, and more secure. HDInsight on AKS is designed to work closely with the rest of the Azure ecosystem, such as ADLS, our Azure Data Lake Storage Service, Azure Monitoring, or Data Factory. This enables customers to get to market faster, to lower their cost of ownership, while using open source software with which their developers may be familiar. HDInsight is ideal for customers that are looking to transition from on-premises analytics to the cloud, while maintaining all or most of their investments. HDInsight is also ideal for customers who prefer specific open source technologies. It is a platform as a service offering that allows you to customize the environment through scripts and libraries, or by selecting the preferred hardware SKU while tuning for cost and performance. The new HDInsight is also interoperable with Microsoft Fabric, paving the way for modernization of our analytics platform. HDInsight can operate together with Fabric on top of one lake, making the analytic results available to every person inside your enterprise. I hope you'll try the new HDInsight on AKS today, and we are looking forward to receiving your feedback. Kishore will explain in more details what is in the new HDInsight. Over to you, Kishore.
In today's world where technology is evolving rapidly, building modern and advanced data systems can be challenging. To succeed, it is crucial to make the data pipelines more resilient and efficient at every stage, thereby enabling businesses to profit from their data. Today, I am excited to talk about the new HDInsight on Azure Kubernetes Service, or AKS, and how it would help modernize your enterprise data estates. HDInsight on AKS is a super reliable and scalable service that will help businesses handle huge amounts of data easily and securely. HDInsight on AKS offers a fully managed cluster service that is enterprise ready, and it has support for emerging open source analytics tools. So what is cool about the new HDInsight service is that it makes it extremely easy for developers to create all sorts of data applications. It's a powerful tool that the businesses can use to create real-time streaming, interactive query, and data serving apps using open source software. And it is built on top of Azure Kubernetes Service, which is Azure's cloud native compute platform. With HDInsight on AKS, we have made everything faster and more reliable. We can set up clusters faster, we can auto scale faster, we can upgrade and update your clusters faster than ever. With HDInsight on AKS, we are also introducing pod and workload identities along with role-based access control. This will ensure that the clusters are secure by default with the latest OAuth and MSI-based authentication mechanisms. Let's now talk about some of the interesting workloads that we are bringing into HDInsight on AKS and why you should take it for a spin. The first new workload that we are adding is Apache Flink. Apache Flink has become the most popular real-time computing engine and is an industry standard for streaming for many reasons. Its ability to process huge volumes of data in real time with extremely low latency is one of the main reasons why it is so popular. Flink also has a rich ecosystem of connectors. It does not matter where your data resides, Flink likely already has a library to connect to it. Last but not the least, Flink has a vibrant open source community. In 2022 alone, Flink made over 1,600 contributions, and the GitHub project currently has over 21,000 stars. Next, I'm excited to mention that in addition to Flink, we are also introducing Trino in HDInsight on AKS. Trino is a highly parallel and distributed query engine that is built from the ground up for a highly efficient and low latency analytics. Trino is a super useful tool that can help companies analyze huge amounts of data very quickly and very easily. Trino can also connect to different types of data sources at the same time. For instance, it can easily join historic log data stored in ADLS Gen 2 with the customer data stored in Azure SQL database in one federated query. It just works like magic. In addition to Flink and Trino, we'll also be supporting Apache Spark in HDInsight. Apache Spark is a super fast analytics engine for big data and machine learning. It has just changed how we handle large amounts of information. In fact, it is one of the most popular open source projects for dealing with big data today. Spark comes packaged with higher level libraries including support for SQL queries, streaming data, machine learning, and graph processing. Today, Spark is the most used service in Azure Analytics, and so we have included Spark in our new HDInsight on AKS release. Now let's talk about security a bit. In HDInsight on AKS, we have made sure that everything is secure by default. It ensures that the customer's data is safe and secure by using features like Azure Virtual Network, private links, and integration with Azure Active Directory. Today, Azure has over 3,500 security experts who work on keeping the data private and secure. HDInsight follows the same security rules and also adds additional knobs for finer access control. Also, HDInsight is fully integrated with Azure ecosystem. As you know, Azure ecosystem is vast and provides extensive connectivity for any enterprises to scale. Using HDInsight on AKS allows customers to leverage a wide range of tools that Azure provides. For example, developers can submit their jobs using Azure Data Factory pipelines. They can explore data using Azure Data Explorer and use Power BI for reporting. It will also work seamlessly with OneLake in Microsoft Fabric. So to summarize, HDInsight on AKS helps with streamlining your data workloads, ensuring seamless connectivity, and handles all the cluster management tasks for you. So now you can focus on your core tasks without burden of building everything from scratch. I'm confident that you would love this new version of HDInsight, so please sign up and take it for a spin and give us your feedback. Pro developers who have been part of the private preview journey love it. Let us see what they have to say.
Hi, I'm Balaji, General Manager HDInsight. Let me explain the capabilities and features that are shipping as a part of this launch. HDInsight on AKS includes Flink, Trino, and Spark. Our teams have been hard at work to make significant enhancements in each of these workloads. These investments make the open source workloads easy to deploy, cost-effective to operate, and simple to interact. Let me walk you through some of the improvements we have made. Let's talk about Flink. Flink is the best open source streaming engine. We've added Hive Metastore and Azure Data Explorer connector to Flink. Hive Metastore creates a unified catalog across the multiple workloads in this cluster pool. This makes it easy to manage and maintain metadata. Hive Metastore inclusion enables easy audit of all access to metadata, which can help enterprises track unauthorized access. It also caches frequently accessed metadata and prevents conflicts between the different workloads that are trying to access the same data. Azure Data Explorer, ADX, is a popular service used by customers for their real-time log analytics. We have developed a Flink ADX connector that can help customers stream their log data to support their real-time business insights and actions. Customers can use logs to alert downstream systems for outages and degradation in performance. Flink provides REST APIs for job submissions. Flink Job Submission API on HDInsight additionally offers an integrated view across a group of jobs. This API also allows customers to submit jobs natively through Azure Portal or using Azure Pipelines, ADF, and Airflow. We also provide a robust management of jobs, including checkpoint and save point management. Customers can now orchestrate Flink jobs effectively on Azure using this job submission API. ADLS Gen 2 is the storage system of choice for Azure customers. We have shipped a connector to Flink that helps customers to use ADLS Gen 2 storage as both a source and sink for streaming jobs. Now Flink streaming APIs can natively write to ADLS Gen 2. Customers can orchestrate Flink jobs effectively on Azure using this. Now let's talk about Trino. Trino is the federated query engine of choice for customers. Query performance is one of the most important aspects that Trino developers care about. We have added a capability to Trino that allows it to capture scan statistics for any connector. This enables deeper insights to query performance profile than Trino-generated base statistics. This is super useful for developers to inspect read performance, which is the most common application of Trino. We are happy to announce that Power BI connector to Trino is now available exclusively on HDInsight on AKS. Customers typically combine the ad hoc querying capabilities of Trino with the rich visualization capabilities of Power BI to help business users make sense of the data. This helps customers to build end-to-end analytics scenarios with Trino. Let's talk about Spark. Spark developers can extend the capabilities of Spark by tapping into the ecosystem of libraries and tools that are available. Spark provides developers a wide range of functionality from machine learning to graph processing. Library management makes it easy to onboard and manage external sources through an intuitive user experience. HDInsight, being a PaaS service, allows customers to use script action to customize their VMs for installing custom security measures, add system and log monitoring tools, and configure user permissions. Customers love HDInsight for the flexibility it provides. HDInsight on AKS continues to support script actions that our customers love. HDInsight on AKS ships with Spark 3.3, and it supports Delta Lake. This enables customers to seamlessly interoperate with other popular services like Microsoft Fabric. We're going to demonstrate the capabilities of HDInsight on AKS using Contoso Corporation, which is a fictional enterprise with a large logistics and supply chain operation. Contoso leverages data extensively to support their planning, operations, and decision-making and efficiency improvements. They have a wide variety of data sources, MySQL and SQL for their OLTP systems, streaming data ingested through Kafka, NoSQL data stored in open lake formats like Delta Parquet and Iceberg. These demos will be narrated from the vantage point of 4 personas. Carl, who is the CIO of Contoso, looking to optimize cost of ownership and ensure security of the data assets. Dory, who is a data engineer responsible for performance of and quality of the data applications. Mark, who is the ML engineer responsible to build AI ML use cases leveraging the data. And Bill, who is the business user who uses data to take decisions and create reports for the leadership team. Let's dive in to see how Contoso can leverage HDInsight on AKS to address the diverse set of requirements from each of these personas. Carl, the CIO, wants to align IT with business goals, optimize costs, secure data, modernize infrastructure, and improve governance. He wants to provide proactive insights to make Contoso competitive in the marketplace. He seeks to do this by building a data lakehouse using HDInsight on AKS and add a portfolio of data applications to achieve these goals. In the upcoming demos, we will see how Contoso can build real-time fleet visibility application by combining Flink and Trino on HDInsight on AKS. This will help Contoso plan shipments and manage costs better. We will use flight data continuously streaming from the sensors which publish coordinates of the aircrafts in real time. We will see how Contoso can inspect the data, pre-process it, and build a data lakehouse. Then we will see how they can draw insights and correlations from the data. By combining the power of Trino and Flink, Dory can build real-time fleet visibility application. Let's see how Dory uses HDInsight on AKS for building this application. She sets up the location data from flights as a Kafka topic and consumes it as a stateful stream using Flink Kafka connector. She cleans this real-time stream using Flink SQL. She uses ADLS Gen 2 as the sink for this clean data, and Trino can share the same data using Hive Metastore. Trino can perform ad hoc queries on this data, which, when visualized with Power BI, can be consumed by Bill, a business user. Sairam will now take you through the demos.
In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through how Contoso leverages HDInsight on AKS for real-time fleet visibility. Dory uses HDInsight Kafka for this use case. The Kafka topic is going to fetch real-time flight data from sensors, and here is the schema. She is leveraging Flink to build stateful streaming application and capture all states real-time. Dory is now writing the Flink application to use its streaming capabilities and cleanse the raw data into another Kafka topic. She uses the Flink job submission API to submit the job, to cleanse data, and prepare the Kafka topic. With easy access to CLI using Azure Portal, she will now log into Flink SQL. She uses the Flink Kafka connector to curate the flight data. She now creates a Hive catalog with predefined partitions. As you could see, she could submit the job and also write data into Hive Metastore compatible table. The Flink job will now fetch the data and push into ADLS Gen 2 with predefined partitions in an open table format. She has set partitions to the data by year, month, day, hour. She also uses Flink checkpoints and rolling file appender to write to ADLS Gen 2 in real time. You can observe that the partitions are getting created continuously. With predefined partitions available on data, the downstream applications can build aggregations seamlessly. Streaming data is updated in ADLS Gen 2 in real time, and it's blazing fast. With this data ready, Dory will now assist Bill to build business reports. Let's see how Bill connects Trino with Power BI. The Trino Power BI connector is exclusively shipped along with HDInsight on AKS. Bill applies import connectivity mode to explore schema and tables. He can write the query to fetch transform data on storage, push by Flink, and also can leverage the same Hive Metastore. Power BI instantly refreshes the dashboard. In his report, the fleet around New York City is visible in real time. Bill added some cool charts which refresh in short intervals. He applies filter to the same report with ad hoc query capability. He is interested in drilling down to a specific Contoso airline. Once he filters, the dashboard refreshes instantly. In the hindsight, Power BI sends the queries to Trino to fetch data for dashboards. Correlations are key for business analysis. And Bill uses federated query capabilities of Trino to derive insights across multiple datasets. Bill draws correlations using federated query with ADLS Gen 2 and dimension data available in SQL Server. Dory and Bill together could help Contoso with real-time fleet visibility spanning across multiple data sources to gain insights using Flink and Trino. All of this in a single cluster pool, realizing the power of Data Lakehouse.
We will next show how Contoso can build real-time fleet prediction using Spark. Spark provides data engineering capabilities to prepare the data and Spark's ML capabilities can help build prediction models. This will help Contoso get ahead of delays through proactive customer communication and downstream planning. Mark, who's the machine learning engineer, has been tasked with building a model to predict arrival of flights based on historical data. He reaches out to Dory to prepare data stored in ADLS Gen 2 so that he can run experiments with different machine learning models and select the right model based on the accuracy measured using root mean squared error. Once the model is identified, he can predict flight arrival times. Let us see the demo.
In this demo, we're going to see how Dory and Mark together will realize the value of fleet prediction analytics with HDInsight on AKS. Here, Dory is starting with an existing Spark cluster. Every Spark cluster in HDInsight on AKS comes pre-installed with Jupyter and Zeppelin, two of the most popular web-based notebooks that enable interactive data analysis. Dory uses Jupyter Notebook for data preparation for Mark's needs. She is able to easily run the data cleanup scripts to provide Mark with clean data for his model selection. She removes unwanted columns, converts all data into numeric values, and combines all features into a single vector column. She could successfully prepare the data for her machine learning needs. Now that the data is ready for Mark to start his model evaluation exercise, he would like to compare between 3 different regression models using root mean square error method to identify the best model for prediction scenario that he is building. He runs the models on data cleansed by Dory and evaluates them based on root mean square error. Mark could also perform some hyperparameter tuning on these models. Based on the RMSE values for the 3 models, he identifies gradient boost tree as the right model for his needs. Using this model, he can accurately predict the flight arrival times. Dory can also leverage Spark's powerful data engineering capabilities to create batch reports for reporting needs of Contoso. As you can see, Spark in HDInsight on AKS can be used for both data engineering and machine learning, which represent some of the most common analytics use cases in any enterprise.
HDInsight on AKS is a fully managed service that takes care of the management overhead so that you can focus on building your applications. HDInsight on AKS can create a cluster in few minutes so that you can provision and scale resources quickly. This is made possible by Azure Kubernetes Service, a cloud-native service. This allows businesses to react with agility to usage patterns and seasonal cycles. We provide out-of-the-box service monitoring that lets you track the health of all the underlying services. This helps you to quickly identify and resolve problems before they impact your mission-critical applications. We have unified service monitoring into the Azure portal experience and removed the dependency on Ambari, which is no longer actively supported by the community. Developers love HDInsight for its support for a range of tools to work with their resources. SDK, CLI, and ARM templates are extensively used by developers to manage and operate their resources. HDInsight on AKS is shipping with SDK, ARM, and REST API support out of the box. HDInsight on AKS allows you to elastically scale the resources provisioned through its autoscale capabilities. Schedule-based autoscale allows you to provision resource with predictable utilization patterns like time of day or week. Load-based autoscale enables clusters to scale based on usage patterns. This is best suited for jobs that operate on unpredictable transactions like order data or website visits. HDInsight on AKS supports useful configurations like cooldown period, graceful decommission, and rule sets to customize autoscale to your needs. HDInsight on AKS offers a variety of SKUs to developers who can choose the right one for their needs and budgets. Azure continuously expands the SKU choices based on newer generations of silicon that keeps arriving. HDInsight on AKS works on the resources in your subscription. This makes it easy for you to upgrade to newer SKUs as they are made available. Security is key for any analytics platform, and HDInsight on AKS provides capabilities that allow customers to manage security effectively. These capabilities are based on Azure's industry-leading security framework, which is rigorously governed. The framework covers all aspects of security, including identity and access management, data encryption, network security, application security, vulnerability management, and compliance. In HDInsight on AKS, authorization access controls are based on managed identities. Customers can also bring their own virtual networks and associate them during cluster setup. This makes it more secure and compliant with your enterprise policies. The clusters are isolated with namespaces to protect data and resources within your tenant. You can also manage cluster access using Azure Resource Manager ARM roles. Running open source software requires continuous updates to keep up with the latest versions released by the community. These updates are not just important from a functionality standpoint, but they also address new and emerging security threats. As a managed service, we rigorously test these updates to verify their dependencies and ensure that you are safe to onboard to the new version. We also proactively conduct regular vulnerability audits and mitigate identified risks before they can be exploited by malicious actors. HDInsight is trusted by customers across highly regulated segments like banking, health, and insurance. HDInsight on AKS follows the high bar of compliance that Azure maintains to ensure that your regulatory needs are taken care of. Let's see all of this in action.
In this demo, I'm going to walk you through how easy it is to create a HDInsight on AKS cluster, monitor its resources, as well as perform autoscale operations. Let's dive in. You can create a HDInsight on AKS cluster in just a few clicks, and it's fast. As you can see, we can set up a user-assigned managed identity that allows applications to access Azure resources without having to store secrets in the application code. You can then configure storage options, external metastore, and any other integrations that you would need. Select the SKUs, tag your resources, and kick off creation. On successful validation, a cluster is created within 6 minutes. HDInsight on AKS supports other cluster creation methods like SDK, REST API, and ARM templates. The SDK provides classes and methods that allow you to manage your HDInsight on AKS clusters, which include operations to create, delete, update, list, resize, and more. After successful creation of your cluster, you can monitor the resources running on the cluster through an intuitive experience. Here, I'm showing you how you can monitor the status of your Zookeeper nodes. Similarly, you can use the single pane of glass to monitor all services running on this cluster. Now let's jump to autoscale. HDInsight on AKS provides flexibility to perform manual scale or autoscale operations to your cluster resources to match to your application needs. The autoscale feature offered in HDInsight on AKS can automatically increase or decrease the number of worker nodes. With granular controls, developers can configure the scaling rules to align resources provisioned to be in line with the usage. This feature is well suited for mission-critical workloads which may have variable or unpredictable traffic patterns or predetermined schedule to successfully execute the jobs. Enterprises need ways to achieve petabyte scale with autoscaling and to decommission resources gracefully when they're no longer needed. In such scenario, graceful decommission timeout feature comes handy. Graceful decommission timeout allows jobs to complete even after autoscale has triggered decommissioning of the worker nodes. Let's see how you can configure your schedule-based rules. You can just select the day and time, and these allow you to scale out the number of nodes based on the anticipated increase in application demand, and then scale in the number of nodes at the time that you anticipate less demand. Let's jump to load-based autoscale. Load-based autoscale can be used when load patterns fluctuate substantially and unpredictably. Autoscale reduces the number of worker nodes based on the cluster metrics, which you can custom configure, and this can lower your costs. In addition to graceful decommission timeout, cooldown period helps to prevent the cluster from oscillating between too many and too few resources. You can set minimum maximum nodes in the scale set for load-based autoscale, as well as custom configure the pole interval and the scale rules to custom tune the autoscale to your application requirements. Once you're all set, autoscale will kick in.
Pro developers love HDInsight for the flexibility and configurability it offers. HDInsight on AKS continues the same tradition. Developers can use script actions to install new software packages, configure properties, create new user accounts, or run jobs. Script actions are a powerful way to customize HDInsight clusters by programmatically performing these tasks. HDInsight on AKS continues to provide the same flexibility for customers with script action support. Developers can tap into the rich open source ecosystem to include libraries that add new functionality. HDInsight on AKS provides an intuitive portal experience to add and manage external libraries. You can manage all the included libraries in a single pane of glass. Pro developers test and tune their applications by optimizing the configurations of open source software to improve performance. HDInsight on AKS customers have full access to tune configurations using Azure Portal or programmatically through REST APIs. Next, let's talk about pre-built Azure integrations. Customers tell us that they don't want to spend their time wiring multiple software in the analytics landscape to make their applications work. With pre-built integrations, HDInsight on AKS accelerates your application development and helps you get to market faster. Cluster and service monitoring is a key requirement while running large analytics workloads. Integration with managed Prometheus, Grafana, and Azure Monitor enables HDInsight's monitoring capabilities. While building end-to-end analytics applications, customers require the orchestration capabilities of Azure Data Factory and the visualization capabilities of Power BI. These integrations are shipped out of the box with HDInsight on AKS. We integrate with Fabric using one-leg shortcuts to ADLS Gen 2 storage. This makes it easy for customers to seamlessly operate on enterprise data across Fabric and HDInsight on AKS. HDInsight provides the suite of capabilities that customers need to manage analytics applications. Let's see all of this in action in demos. Over to Sairam.
HDInsight on AKS offers the flexibility to customize your clusters and offers pre-built integrations which allow developers to be productive from day one. Let's see how you can set up and run script actions on HDInsight on AKS clusters. During the cluster creation, you can click the script actions and add the bash script location where the script is stored. Select the nodes where you want these installed, and these script actions get applied during the cluster creation. Your cluster is now ready with the script action. HDInsight on AKS clusters also have a native extension for library management. This would allow you to extend open source or custom libraries to your notebooks and jobs running on the Spark clusters. You can upload Python libraries from PyPy repositories. Let's see how easy it is to install a TensorFlow library. Type the name, version, and install. It's just 3 clicks. And there you go. The package is available for you on your cluster. In the same cluster, we'll also demonstrate how you can perform configuration management. Configuration management helps you fine-tune default configurations to custom tune to your application needs. You can simply update the configurations with a few clicks. The configurations apply to the clusters in no time. What you see on your screen is a list of default configurations that are typically modified by developers to tune their applications. Let's see how you can update your Livy session server timeout on livyconf. Once you change this configuration and save, you're all set. That was easy, isn't it? That's not all. You can configure any config in the open source workload using a key value pair. You can see that the newly added custom configuration is now available on the configuration management pane. Developers love the flexibility HDInsight on AKS provides to tune their applications by modifying configurations. Now let's jump to integrations. HDInsight on AKS can integrate with Managed Prometheus and Managed Grafana to cater to your monitoring needs. Let's see how you can enable Prometheus to monitor your cluster. To integrate Prometheus monitoring for your clusters, you are required to enable monitoring during cluster pool setup. Once enabled at the cluster pool, you can opt to monitor your clusters during cluster creation or post cluster is ready to use. In this step, we are enabling monitoring during cluster creation. Upon successful cluster creation, Grafana dashboard is added to the cluster pane. You can now go to the Grafana dashboard and visualize the cluster metrics such as CPU utilization or memory usage for a job manager and identify resource constraints to take corrective action. This also offers the flexibility to monitor metrics at a task level or overall health of the jobs on the clusters. HDInsight on AKS and Microsoft Fabric can interoperate seamlessly. In this demo, you will observe that we are using a Flink cluster to continuously stream data as a file sync into AD-less Gen2. We can simply use the same shortcut in OneLake, work on the data on the lakehouse using the notebook experience. Adding to this, you can still read and write with Spark. Well, that's not all. The Trino Power BI connector helps you make more meaningful sense of visualizing the insights. With this interoperability between Microsoft Fabric and HDInsight on AKS, you can experience the best of Azure Analytics spanning across full spectrum of your enterprise analytics estate.
Next, let's talk about price and performance. HDInsight on AKS comes with a very simple pricing model. You pay for the resources you provision based on the standard Azure price list.
We had a flat fee of 1.5 cents per vCPU per hour
For HDInsight on AKS, you don't need to pay this for compute resources in your cluster pools. You can use the pricing calculator page short URL on the screen to model your spend based on your resource needs. Next, let's talk about the performance improvements. Spark on HDInsight on AKS runs twice as fast as vanilla Apache Spark as measured by TPCH benchmarks. We've achieved these improvements through query optimization, limit pushdown, optimized sorts, and Bloom filter enhancements. This means customers can run their jobs faster and optimize cost of ownership. Let's talk about region availability. HDInsight is a Ring 1 Azure service available in more than 60 regions around the globe. HDInsight on AKS in public preview is already available in 8 most popular geographically distributed regions across North America, Europe, and Asia. And more regions are coming soon. Let's take a look at some of the exciting features and capabilities we are adding to HDInsight on AKS shortly. Upgrading open source versions on HDInsight require recreation of clusters, which is a major inconvenience to our customers. In-place upgrade solves this problem by automatically applying minor version upgrades without the need to recreate clusters. This eliminates the significant overhead of recreation of clusters for our customers. Management of RBAC using Ranger will be supported shortly in HDInsight on AKS. Customers can centrally manage role-based authorization, fine-grained access control, and auditing capabilities with this feature. Shuffle-aware autoscale is the next evolution of autoscale in HDInsight on AKS. With this enhancement, autoscale will monitor shuffle size of the data being processed as an additional signal to scale the resources. This will improve the efficiency of autoscale in managing jobs with large shuffle data. Private clusters are a key requirement for customers seeking to eliminate any of their enterprise data traffic being routed through the internet. This improves the security profile of business-critical data applications. Stay tuned to our release announcements as we ship these features in the next few months. All these exciting capabilities are available on public preview today. We are all excited to have you on board. You can go to the short URL on the screen to spin a cluster and deploy your jobs right away. Or you can reach out to us to learn more by going to the short URL Ask HDInsight and registering your detail. Our teams will be happy to assist you in the onboarding journey. This exciting new launch is an important milestone for open source analytics on Azure. I'm super excited and can't wait for customers to take HDInsight on AKS for a spin and onboard their workloads.
As we bring this extraordinary journey to a close, I want to leave you with this thought. If you are an organization looking to gain a competitive edge, our product is here to serve you. Don't let this moment pass you by. Explore, engage, and experience what this product can offer. Visit our website, reach out to our team, and become part of our growing community. Together, we'll shape the future one innovation at a time. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. We can't wait to see how you will use our product to create your own success stories. Thank you.